So before we get into anything here, leave a like on the video and let me know in the comment section down below. How do you guys want me to give away this first edition month 1 mine chest that is completely unopened? It has a seal and everything. It was the second one that I got when I initially ordered them. And yes, I tore my information off the bottom so that you stalkers cannot find me. But let me know. Hey guys, Ant here, and welcome to another video. And in today's video, I kind of want to just talk about two very specific things. And I want to just sort of rapid fire right through all of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to launch right into it here. So first things first, just recently from May 26th through June 25th, I went on a month-long road trip. This is something that I've been wanting to do for at least the, previous couple of months. And it's something that I finally just decided to tackle. So let's actually go through a brief synopsis of what the road trip was all about, right? In 9,258 miles, I went across the country on a massive month-long road trip. I didn't have any planned stops along the way, and I liked it that way. Started out by visiting Lucas, Ohio to check out the tree from the movie Shawshank Redemption. After driving all day, I showed up 15 minutes before the sunset. My timing was great. Visited family that lives in Chicago. Having never been to Chicago, it was super awesome. Went on a tour of the city and stood in a glass box 1,353 feet above the ground. It's called the Willis Tower, but the residents of Chicago refuse to call it anything other than the Sears Tower. Next up is Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills National Forest. It took me 2 days to get there, but when I got to South Dakota, my GPS told me the next exit was in 600 miles. It was insane. I also got to Mount Rushmore 15 minutes before their nightly light-up ceremony. Man, my timing on this trip has been insanely good. Started my drive through Montana, a drive that I was really looking forward to. There wasn't much to see until I got west of Billings, Montana, and then I found out why it's called Big Sky Country. I'll never forget it. If you ever want to see some really amazing sights in the United States, go here. It's virtually endless. Drove to Seattle, Washington to chill with my buddy Caveman Films, filmed some awesome videos, and generally took a break from the road. Next up was Vancouver, Canada to do a collaboration with the YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips as well as Sevidus. The published video is on YouTube and you guys should totally check it out. It was super fun and I did my best to not maximum over fanboy over the entire situation. Went back to Seattle for a minute, went on a tour of the Nerd Fusion Studios with Sevidus, then began driving to the Grand Canyon. It took 3 full days to get there and was absolutely worth it. Spent a third of the day driving in the wrong direction, but had some awesome food in the absolute middle of nowhere. Made it to the Grand Canyon National Park and saw the most amazing views I've ever seen in my entire life. Took pictures of a Japanese guy I didn't know, and even though he didn't speak any English, he was ecstatic to have the pictures sent to him via email. The whole thing was an incredible experience. Didn't use Beam too much from here until I got to Florida, nor much after Florida, so the footage you guys see may not be that relevant to what I'm saying. Drove to Albuquerque to see my old buddy Skitscape and see how life was treating him. For those wondering, he's doing very well, though he's probably not coming back to YouTube, but I'm really happy for him. Drove for 2 days straight to briefly see some family in San Antonio, Texas, and then I drove straight to the French Quarter of New Orleans, Louisiana. That city is absolutely insane, but in a really good way. Every street has their own distinctive personality, and I really hope to go back for a proper vacation at some point during my lifetime. Went to Orlando to chill with some friends and go to Disney World for a few days. Waited 15 minutes for a ride that usually has a 3-hour wait time, but we were there when the park opened. It was a good escape, but it's time to get back on the road. Drove to North Carolina to visit my buddy Pedro, the guy who made the music for my music videos. Went to New Jersey to meet up with a friend that I've known for 8 years but had never actually met in person. Super awesome experience. Then it was time to go back home to conclude the greatest adventure I had ever been on in my entire life. So yeah, as you guys can probably imagine, the road trip for me was a really fantastic experience. It's something that I really feel like I needed after just sort of being on the YouTube grind for years and years and years, and having actually never gone on a vacation of any sort that wasn't work related. And I found out from this trip what aspects of YouTube I really missed. And what I found that I missed was kind of everything, actually. I really do believe that the sort of negative feedback that I was getting from people was actually boggling me down. So starting from here on out, I'm not gonna let that affect me in any way, shape, or form. And this directly leads into the second thing that I want to talk about. And that is Antvenom 3.0, more or less. So basically what Antvenom 3.0 is about is it is me admitting to myself that over the past couple of years anyways, I have done a lot of rushing content, meaning I would just find something on like the Minecraft forum that looked kind of interesting to record, and and I just went and recorded it, and half the time it was an uncut video, even if there was a lot of dull spots in the recording itself. And that's something that I really want to stop doing. I want to stop releasing dull content. I want to stop releasing rushed content. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop making Minecraft videos. If anything, I'm going to be upping my game on that regard and just trying to post more interesting Minecraft content. And it may or may not mean that I'm going to post a lot of other games as well, but I want these games and I want the content that I post to be driven around my personality, because I want you guys to be watching the videos because you enjoy them, because you enjoy watching me, and that is my number one goal. I want to make content that I'm really proud of again, and the past 2 videos that have come out have really reflected that. All of the music videos I've ever put out have reflected that. My Nights at Freddy's has reflected that, and there's a lot of videos on my channel that really reflect that. My coverage of various conventions that I've gone to have reflected that. That's content that I'm proud of, and I want to release content that I'm always proud of. I want every single video I want, every single video that I put out, I want to be proud of. And this leads directly into me wanting to be smarter with the content that I post. I mean, sure, I do have to balance, like, me making videos that I personally want to make with the content that you guys want to see. And back in the day, or at least for quite a while there was a lot of sort of hype for Ant Farm Survival to make its return, and I went out of my way to make sure that that series returned, but unfortunately, I gave it a good 18 episodes worth, and there's just doesn't seem to be that much interest in it. The views are waning on it every single day, so that series will no longer be posted on YouTube, but I do plan on live streaming it at twitch.tv/Antvenom. Be sure to check out the link for that, because I feel that survival content is more of a live stream friendly format. You know, you can interact with the audience and talk with them and all that, and I feel it's just much better for that. So Ant Farm Corruption will no longer be posted on the YouTube channel, but it will be live streamed, and I do believe when I finish up with the series, I will export all of that to YouTube just as one final giant video, so that at least it's on YouTube, so that, you know, for those of you who are YouTube only, it will be there as well. It just may be a little while until that sort of comes out. So anyways, guys, here's to the remainder of 2016 being a great year for the Antvenom channel, and I hope you guys are willing to stick around and see what I have in store for you. This is just apple cider. It's actually really good, though. Thanks so much for watching, guys.